And a double honor to our apostles and elders at Great Millstone do well. And salute, man. Much love to you, sincere brothers who push this truth week in and week out, man. Y'all brothers, stay strong, man. We almost home. Seriously, man. Y'all brothers, keep your head up, man. We almost to the kingdom. And yeah, man. I probably said it in a couple of my recent videos, but I recently lost my uncle, which he was one of them. He had one of the most major impacts on my life, negative, mostly negative, a lot of positive too. I ain't gonna say, it's probably 50-50, but it all turned out to be a positive, because I learned a lot of lessons just putting up with his ass. But I love my uncle, in the spirit world. I ain't gonna trash him or nothing, but hey, I learned a lot, just, a lot of lessons dealing with that man, and one of the last times I talked to him, we got to talking about how he had like 1,000 lives because he been through so much shit. He survived so much shit. He just did so much shit that most people on one of those lives that have been gone, man. So we got talking about that, man, which that was crazy how he passed away shortly after, So I'm gonna go and get into these scriptures, and I also recently talked to my cousin, and my cousin was basically saying we don't know where he went. I was basically saying my uncle in a better place than where the hell we at. And my cousin like, yeah, I believe it, but I don't know because I ain't never been on that side. I didn't try to go into detail. I didn't try to go into deep into depth and tell him, hey, we all been on that side, man. Reincarnation exists. But I was just basically like, hey, man, he got to be in a better place than where we at, man. He at rest, man. He done been through a lot of shit, He done went through hell. He got to be in heaven. So I'm gonna go and hit some scripts, and Lord willing, you be edified, man. I'm gonna start with this Ecclesiastes 8:4, where the word of the king. No, hold on. Okay, Ecclesiastes 8:4, where the word of a king is, there is power, and who may say unto him, what doest thou? Exactly, man. Where the word of a king is, there is power. Slocky, man. You got dogs in the background, and we're about to read in Ecclesiastes, which is the word of a king, man. So these words are power. And who is that? Who is that king? King Solomon, man. The son of King David, man. The wisest man to ever live. So let me read it again. Where the word of a king is, there is power. And who may say unto him, what doest thou? Whoso keepeth the commandment shall feel no evil thing, and the wise man's heart discerneth both time and judgment. Because to every purpose, exactly, my uncle should have discerned what time we was in. He started to kind of see that this place going down. Because last time I spoke to him, he said, man, I don't know about you, but I see a collapse coming. Because all this corona madness and all this other shit, man. We got talking. And I ain't never heard him say nothing like that, I see a collapse coming. And that was spiritual. And he died shortly after, But he says, because to every purpose... Hold on. But because to every purpose there is a time and judgment. Therefore the misery of man is great upon him. And it says, for he knoweth not that which shall be, for who can tell him when it shall be? There is no man that had power there is no man that had power over the spirit to retain the spirit, neither had he power in the day of death. And there is no discharge in that war, neither shall wickedness deliver those that are given unto it. Read it again. There is no man that had power over the spirit to retain the spirit, man. So there's no man that has power over the spirit to retain the spirit. So when the Lord call your ass, man, that's it. That's it, man. You read further earlier in Ecclesiastes, the Lord said it's a time to live and a time to die. That was my uncle time to go, man. He wouldn't repent. And he had a lot of blood on his hands, And he didn't have power to retain that spirit, because when he died, they found his body the next morning and shit in his doorway, and he had his jacket in his hand. His body was all seized up and stiff, and he had his jacket clutched real tight in his hand, man, seized up. So he probably tried to grab his jacket and run to the hospital, but it was too late, man. 'Cause I guess he died from some type of heart attack or stroke, or maybe a brain aneurysm or whatever, something in that area, but he didn't have power to retain that spirit. The Lord was finna bring that spirit up out of his ass and bring him home, man. You know, he didn't have that power to save himself. And it says, neither shall wickedness deliver those that are given to it. None of his wickedness, because he finessed a lot of people, man. None of that wickedness, that money, that blood money, it couldn't deliver him in that day, man. You know, you niggas who got these guns with these bodies on them, hey, that ain't gonna deliver you in that day. Neither shall wickedness deliver those that are given to it. All this have I seen and applied my heart unto every work that is done under the sun. There was a time wherein one man ruled over another to his own hurt. And it says, hold up. And so I saw the wicked buried who had come and gone from the place of the holy, and they were forgotten in the city where they had so done. This is also vanity, because sentence against an evil work is not exceeded, slacking, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily. Therefore, the heart of the sons of man is fully set in them to do evil. Exactly, man. Exactly. So, because the Most High don't judge you straight up as soon as you do your sin, therefore it's in your heart to just keep doing wickedness, all because you don't think the Most High gonna get you. And the Most High personally gave my uncle like thousands of chances, man. Like things that, like I said, most men would have died behind or been locked up forever behind, but he kept saying it, bro. You know, that probably emboldened him, you know. That probably made him feel like he Superman, the Hulk. He thought he was the Hulk, boy. You know, and but you supposed to get right, man. The Most out here giving niggas chance. Niggas out here getting hit 18 and 19 times with slugs when they're surviving, man. That should make you love the Most High even more, that he allowed you to survive and not even have any like issues after that. You ain't disabled, you ain't handicapped, you ain't mentally retarded, ain't none of that, man. You ain't crippled after you all right, man. You supposed to praise the Lord behind that, man. Because you should have been, boy, it should have been way worse, man. You know? And though a sinner do evil 100 times and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with him, with them that fear the Lord, which fear before him. Exactly. Though sinner do evil 100 times and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear the Yahweh, which fear before him. Exactly. So it's going to be well with the ones who fear Yahweh Shem Yahushua. That's his true servants, man. Who doing his will day in and day out, man. Week in and week out, man. You know, that's beautiful brothers doing their videos, but hey, you still got to walk a certain way, man. You still got to live a certain way throughout your life, man. You know, that shows your fear of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Keep his commandments, keep his laws, keep his statutes, man. You know, and yeah, so it's gonna be well with them that fear the Lord, man. And okay, give me a second. We're gonna quote a lot of scriptures in Ecclesiastes, man. And let me get Ecclesiastes 1 and 11. Because my cousin was saying, hey, I don't know what it's like on that side. I don't know. I never died before, but he did die before, you know. I could get in reincarnation, but that's a whole nother topic. I'm just going to hit some scripts. Lord willing, you be edified, man. There is no remembrance of former things. You know what? I'll start at 9. Ecclesiastes 1 and 9. The thing that had been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun. So ain't nothing new under the sun, man, including us. Us, man. You know, people. We ain't new. You know? The spirit is recycled, man. Your spirit come back down on this earth every 3 or 4 generations, man. And it says, and there is no new thing under the sun. Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new? It had been already of old time, which was before us. There is no remembrance of former things, neither shall there be any remembrance of things that are to come with those that shall come after. Exactly, man. So there's no remembrance of when we were in the spirit, where the form of things. We were in our spiritual body, When we left these physical bodies that we come down here on this earth and suffer in, live in. There's no remembrance of your past lives. There's no remembrance when you was in the spirit world. You might have some deja vu situations and maybe a dream here or there, but there's no real remembrance, man. And you wouldn't, more than likely wouldn't want to remember that any damn way because you don't know what the hell you was into in your past life. The Most High wiped your memory clean when He brought you back to the spirit world after your body died. So there's no remembrance of former things. So of course He would not know that. Oh, I ain't never been on that side, so I don't know. I don't know what it's like when you die. But see, we moving off faith. Us hearing this truth. We moving off faith. That's why we believe that this is how it goes when you die. Let me get a scripture on that real quick. This is 2 Corinthians 5 and it's like it. 2 Corinthians 5. Give me a second, man. 5 and 7. For we walk by faith, not by sight. Exactly. We walk by faith, not by sight, man. Of course, when you see a body in a casket, you don't know where that spirit went. But if you open these scriptures, you will know where that spirit went, man. It went back to the Creator who created it, man. That spirit went back to His Maker. It didn't go to no so-called hell. When that person was on this earth alive, man, that's when they was in hell, man. Because unfortunately, the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, we're in hell in this world today. It's our hell, and it's the so-called white man who is Esau, according to the Bible. It's his heaven, man. Unfortunately, man, that's what it is right now. But fortunately, we're at the end of his heaven, and we're at the beginning of our heaven. We're at the end of our hell. So that's a beautiful thing. And Matthew 4:4. But He answered and said, It is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of Yahweh. Exactly. Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of Yahweh. That's what we got to live by, man. And you may say, oh, how is these the words of the Most High? How is these the words of God? Man wrote this. Well, we walking by faith, man, not by sight, like I just read. These scriptures was written through the inspiration of the Almighty, man, the inspiration of Yahweh. And we believe Yahweh Shai, when He came on this earth, He was the Word in the flesh, man. You believe that. We walking by faith, not by sight. We believe that man shall live by these words, man. And let me get Ecclesiastes again. Man, don't mind them dogs in the background. Ecclesiastes 3:21. 3:20. All go on to one place, and all are of the dust, and all turn to the dust again. We all come from the dust, man. That's why you should be down to earth, man. That's why you should be grounded, man. We come from the ground. We come from the dust. It says all go into one place, and all are the dust, and all turn to dust again. Who knoweth the spirit of man that goeth upward, and the spirit of the beast that goeth downward to the earth? Exactly, man. And who knoweth the spirit of man that goeth upward? When the man perish, when that body dies, that spirit goes upward, man. Who knows the spirit of man that goeth upward? And further confirmation, Ecclesiastes 12. Oh, man, hold on. I'm missing a few pages, but I think I got it. Ecclesiastes 12:7. Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto Yahweh who gave it. Then shall the dust return, your body, your dust, gonna return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto Yahweh who gave it. The spirit going back to Yahweh who gave it, man. Heaven. And the spirit world with the Most High, man. You know, you got to hear your judgment because you just felt your judgment on this earth. Now you got to hear your judgment, man. You know, you gotta sit down. I guess you got to sit down and talk to the Most High for a minute, man. You know, and yeah, man. And once again, these words were written by. Matter of fact, let me go back to Ecclesiastes 8 real quick, up to 4. I read this a little earlier. It said, "What where the word of a king is, there is power, and who may say unto him, What doest thou?" Exactly. Now, many people might say, "Oh man, that ain't right. What you read? You said the spirit. No, that man went to hell. He was wicked." Nah, spirit goes upward, man. And King Solomon, once again, is the wisest man that ever lived. So these Ecclesiastes was read by King Solomon, man. The book of Ecclesiastes, Songs of Solomon, Proverbs, Wisdom of Solomon, written by King Solomon, man. So let's read a little bit about King Solomon. We're gonna leave it there, man. First Kings, man. Like I said, don't pay attention to them dogs in the background. First Kings 3:3-7. It says, "Hey, come here. Hey, give me a second, man. Let me control these animals." First Kings 3:7. Come here. Man, there ain't nothing but Satan trying to distract. Come here. First Kings 3:7. It says, "And now, O Lord, my power," this King Solomon. It says, "And now, O Lord, my power, thou hast made thy servant king instead of David my father, and I am but a little child. I know not how to go out or come in. And thy servant is in the midst of thy people which thou hast chosen, a great people that cannot be numbered nor counted for multitude. Give therefore thy servant an understanding heart to judge thy people, that I may discern between good and bad. For who is able to judge this thy so great a people?" And the speech pleased the Lord that Solomon had asked this thing. Exactly, King Solomon asked the Most High for an understanding heart to be able to judge his people as a king, man, that he may discern between good and bad. But who is able to judge this thy so great a people? And this speech pleased the Lord that Solomon had asked this thing. And God said unto him, "Because thou hast asked this thing, and has not asked for thyself long life, neither hast asked for riches for thyself, nor hast thou asked the life of thine enemies, but hast asked for thyself understanding to discern judgment. Behold, I have done according to thy word. Lo, I have given thee a wise and an understanding heart, so that there was none like thee before thee, neither after thee shall any arise like unto thee. And I have also given thee that which thou hast not asked, both riches and honor, and that there shall not be any among the kings like unto thee all thy days." Exactly. So I'm gonna run it up a little bit. Hold on. Go back up. It says, "Behold," verse 13, "Behold, I have done according to thy word. Lo, I have given thee a wise and an understanding heart, so that there was none like thee before thee, neither after thee shall any arise like unto thee." And that was talking about King Solomon, man. Nobody was ever as wise as that man. Of course, besides Yahweh Shai, but if you can discern it in the reincarnation, Yahweh Shai is King Solomon, you know. But that's another lesson. That probably threw you off. But it's another thing, we running off faith. We believe off faith, man, because the scriptures, it all adds up. It all lines up when you go precept for precept, line up on line, here a little and there a little, you know. And nobody was as wise as King Solomon besides Yahweh Shai on this earth. And that was a gift from the Most High, man. A straight up gift, a beautiful gift. So, of course, if anybody gonna make sense when it comes to where a person's spirit go when their body dies, then it'd be King Solomon, man. You know? Understanding and discernment, man. He was number one at that. And I'm gonna leave it right there, man. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakach Vadash. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Kwame Yashala, a Bible ball.